What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing a mock draft simulator, but this time I'm going to be incorporating trades, and I'm going to do like basically a mock draft like prediction and what I think teams should do in the mock draft. Without further ado, please like, please subscribe. We're on the road to 500 subscribers, and if you guys want more mock draft videos, please comment down below. I'm down to do that. I mean, this draft is going to be really good this year, so I'm excited for that. So, without further ado, let's get on with the video. So, without further ado, the number one pick of the draft, it's just obvious. Caleb Williams. My Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams. They finally go get their number one guy. Now, with the Commanders and the Patriots, now last mock draft I said the Commanders were going to we're going to take Heisman winner Jaden Daniels, but this time I've been watching a lot of film on Drake May. I think Drake May might be the quarterback for the Washington Commanders. I think he's more accurate. Um, he's not as good as a dual threat quarterback as Jaden Daniels, but I'm gonna go with Drake May just to spice it up. Now, the New England Patriots, I think they're not gonna trade down. I think Jerome Mayo wants his guy. New culture, new system. You trade away Mac Jones, go get your guy. I think they go get Jaden Daniels out of LSU, Heisman winner. A lot of potential with that guy. Now, the Arizona Cardinals, what should they do? I think the Arizona Cardinals should stay at 4 and draft Marvin Harrison Jr., get Kyler Murray some more weapons. He's the best player, in my opinion, other than Caleb Williams in this draft. So you go draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Now, here comes a trade, right? Now, easily the Chargers can go and get Malik Neighbors or Joe Alt. But I think the Chargers have a lot of issues with their team, and they need to go restart their team. So I think the Chargers should trade down with the Minnesota Vikings. Where are the Minnesota Vikings at? There we go. The Minnesota Vikings. And I think they trade with the Chargers. So the Chargers will receive obviously their 11th pick in the draft and the 23rd pick in the draft. And I think next year's third round pick. And the Chargers will give them the fifth overall pick. I think you put that in. I think the Vikings would confirm that. So now the Vikings have the pick, and they go out and get their quarterback of the future, and that is J.J. McCarthy. I think J.J. McCarthy is going to be a really good quarterback. I think especially with you put him with the Minnesota Vikings, put him with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, I think he's going to be really good. So, yeah. Now, the Giants, they missed out on getting J.J. McCarthy, and the thing is with the Giants is, I don't know, man. Like, they have a lot of issues, but I think a safe bet is to go with Malik Neighbors, give Daniel Jones another weapon to work with, and see if Danny Dimes can be your quarterback. So now the Titans, I think they've already got their receivers intact with Calvin Ridley and DeAndre Hopkins. So I don't think they need to go get a receiver. I think they need to go and get Joe Alt. I think he's probably the best offensive tackle in the draft. And truth be told, they got Peter Skronsky last year, so I think getting someone like Joe Alt would definitely help them. And next, I think the Falcons, I think this is a no-brainer. They go with Dallas Turner. I think Dallas Turner is the best edge rusher in the draft, and they definitely need help in the defensive line. So I definitely think that the Falcons should get Dallas Turner. And then the ninth pick of the draft, my Chicago Bears, they get their wide receiver. Now, again, people might disagree with me and say, "Yo, go with Laiatu Latu or go with Jared Verse." No, I think the Bears should go solidify their wide receiver, go all out in the draft with a good wide receiving core, help Caleb Williams grow as a receiver. As a quarterback, and give him another receiver to work with. Now, the Chargers, no, not the Chargers, the Jets have the 10th pick, and I think the Jets will choose Olu Fashanu. I think they need another offensive tackle to help Aaron Rodgers. That offensive line, they did get Trey Smith, but I think getting another offensive tackle will really help the New York Jets. Now, with the 11th pick in the draft, the Chargers, I think, in my opinion, the Chargers will let's see, they got Brock Bowers. I mean, they could go with Brock Bowers, but I think they should go with Talise Fuaga. I think an offensive tackle would be really good for the Chargers. And think about it, they have a 23rd overall pick. I think they can go good receiver then. But we'll see. And then I think the Broncos, they definitely need a quarterback. I think they got rid of Russell Wilson, so I think they go get Bo Nix. I think I have to, yeah. So they get Bo Nix. In my opinion, I think he's better than Michael Penix. So Bo Nix goes to the Broncos. Now the Raiders. Raiders is a very interesting one, right? Brock Bowers is still on the board, right? But I think they basically have the edge rusher position, defensive line already intact. So I don't think they need like a defensive lineman. So I think they need an offensive tackle here, and they go with Troy Fatanu from Washington. I think he's really good. They could have either went with him or J.C. Latham, but I'm gonna go with Troy Fatanu. The Saints have interesting needs here. They think they need an offensive tackle or an offensive guard. So if we look at the offensive tackles, they have Amarius Mims, J.C. Latham, but I'm going to go with Amarius Mims. I think they need to go help Derek Carr in the offensive line. So go get him there. Now, the Colts, in my opinion, they have an interesting way of like choosing here. Um, Now you still have Brock Bowers again in the board. They still have Arnold, who's a really good corner. But I don't think they need a corner. I think they need. I mean, they could go with corner. That's the thing. Like they do need a cornerback. Actually, I look at it. But they can go with Brian Thomas Jr. But I think they're gonna go take Terry Arnold. If he drops to 15, you gotta take him. You just gotta take him. Now the Seattle Seahawks, I think they needed an offensive tackle. People are saying that they're gonna get like Michael Penix. I could see them getting him there, but I just don't think that you need him. I think Michael Penix might drop in the top. It might go to the second round. So I think the Seattle Seahawks will go and get an offensive guard here. I think they'll go get offensive tackle J.C. Latham, help that offensive line. That offense is getting even scarier. And they already have really good weapons in the wide receiving core with DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and JSN. Go get an offensive tackle to help Geno Smith and that offensive line. Now, here's the thing: the Jaguars. I don't even know. Like, I see a trade here. I'm looking at a trade here. Might not be accurate, but I think what's his name? The Pittsburgh Steelers would trade up here. Where's the Steelers? Right here. The Steelers are going to trade with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Steelers are going to basically give them their 20th pick in the draft and a second round pick next year. I don't even know that. Yeah, a second round pick for the 17th pick of the draft. They're going to move up in the draft. The trade has been accepted, and now the Steelers have the next pick. They need a wide receiver to help either Justin Fields or Russell Wilson. So they go get the best wide receiver left in the draft right now, and that's Brian Thomas Jr. I think you cannot let the Bengals or the Rams get him, so you got to go trade up and get him. And then the Bengals, I think they go get Brock Bowers. I think they need a tight end. Brock Bowers falls to 18. It falls to the Bengals and just beef up that team, right? You have that wide receiving core. I mean, he's not really a wide receiver, but he's like a Travis Kelce in my opinion, right? You got Brock Bowers, you have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd. I mean, I think Tyler Boyd might be gone by the end of before the season, but we'll see. Next, the Rams. I think the Rams need to replace Aaron Donald, so Latia Latu, I think they had to get him. I know he has some injury concerns, but he's definitely the best. I think Jared Verse will go to the Jaguars. I think you needed someone to pair up with Josh Allen. They just signed Josh Allen to a bag, so just go get someone that's like a rookie that can go help him. Now, the Dolphins, in my opinion, they have a lot they can do. I think they're going to go with a defensive tackle, Johnny Newton from my alma mater. I mean, not really alma mater. I haven't graduated from Illinois yet, but my school, Johnny Newton from Illinois, very good player, solid player. So I think, yeah. And then the Eagles, I think the Eagles here, they can go with cornerback Quinyon Mitchell. They definitely need a lot of secondary help, and getting a cornerback like him would be really good. Now the Chargers need a wide receiver, right? You need a wide receiver, and you can go with Aiden Mitchell or Xavier Worthy. I'm gonna go with Aiden Mitchell here. I think he's the best out of all of them. Definitely has the best potential out of all of them, so I'm gonna go with him. Now, the what's it called? The Cowboys. That's an interesting situation for the Cowboys. Like they have a lot of needs. Like the team's not bad. Like when I say that, but like they definitely need someone, and I feel like they should go with an offensive tackle in this draft because you just lost Trey Smith, so you definitely need like an offensive tackle. So if we look at the offensive tackles that are available, like I don't know Tyler Gunton. I don't know if he's probably the best move here. Um, Jackson Powers. I think they should go with Jackson Powers Johnson. Not sure they need to. Like I think I don't even know. Maybe that was a bad pick, but you guys comment down below what I should have done with the Cowboys, but maybe that's a good pick, but we don't know. Um, the Packers, in my opinion, they need a linebacker. They lost a lot of players on defense. So they definitely need a linebacker. But like the linebackers are not looking good. They do have already Van Ness, so they don't need an edge rusher. So defensive tackle maybe. So I think they're gonna go with Byron Murphy. I would pick Byron Murphy. I was them. And then the what's it called? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers definitely need an edge rusher. So I'm gonna choose an edge rusher here. Chop Robinson would be very good for the Buccaneers. Yeah. And then now I see the Cardinals actually trading this pick. Now, call me crazy, but I think the Chargers will trade this pick. Not the Chargers. What am I saying? The Cardinals. Sorry. Cardinals to the Chargers. So basically, what they're gonna do is, I think it's gonna be a straight up trade. Now, I can't really like do this. Not with the Chargers. Sorry, I'm tripping this video. So I think the Cardinals will trade this pick to the San Francisco 49ers. So now this is what I read. I felt like the 49ers want a first round pick for Brandon Ayuk. And Brandon Ayuk, the 49ers can't they can't pay him. So what I'm saying is, obviously this website won't let me like actually make a trade like that. So I'm gonna say the 27th pick for San Francisco 7th. Now that's not what I'm actually saying. The pick I'm actually saying is the Arizona Cardinals 27th pick for Brandon Ayuk, for just straight up Brandon Ayuk. But obviously the simulator won't let me do that, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna say accept. I mean, yeah. So now the 49ers now have 2 first round picks here. So what I'm going to do is, the 49ers definitely need offensive tackle help here, but I think they can get that at 31. So they definitely need someone to replace Brandon Ayuk. So I'm going to go with Xavier Worthy out of Texas. I think they definitely need a wide receiver to go replace Brandon Ayuk. They just traded. Now the Bills definitely need a wide receiver, and give me Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman to the Bills. Help that wide receiving core. You pair him up with Curtis Samuel. They lost Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs, so you definitely need another wide receiver to help this team. And then let me just quickly go through these picks because this video is getting long. The Lions need an edge rusher, so let's see what they can get. I think Darius Robinson would be good for them. And then let's just look at overall the wide receiver. I think they definitely need a wide receiver, so I'm gonna go with, I don't even know, Ladd McConkey, maybe, I don't know. Probably an offensive tackle. Actually, I'm gonna go with the offensive guard here. Christian Haynes. I'm just speed running these picks. And then offensive tackle. Yeah, I'm gonna get Tyler Gunton. And then for the Chiefs, they need a wide receiver. I mean, you don't know what's happening with Rashee Rice. So I'm going to go with Ladd McConkey. And yeah, that is going to end this draft. Yeah. This was a long video, guys. So shout out to anyone that's still in this video. But very, just a summary of this video, man. I basically did a video that was just simulating a mock draft that potentially could have trades. I definitely see this being accurate, kind of. Like, obviously, the picks might not be that accurate, but JJ McCarthy going to the Vikings, that's definitely a really good move for them. The Chargers, I think that's also very likely that they trade down and they get two solid players, Aiden Mitchell and Talise Fuaga. Now, I think that's really good. Now they set up their future really well. Trade out of that pick, get more depth to this team rather than just going and getting Malik Neighbors. And then I think the Steelers making a good move here, in my opinion, like getting Brian Thomas Jr. They definitely need a wide receiver to pair up with George Pickens after getting rid of Deontay Johnson. And then the 49ers trading Brandon Ayuk to the Arizona Cardinals for a first round pick, which is the 27th pick, which they made it to Xavier Worthy, who ran an insane 40-yard dash, and he's pretty good as a wide receiver. So that is going to wrap it up for this video. Please like, please subscribe. If you guys want another mock draft, I will definitely make another one. But that's going to wrap it up for the video. Please like, please subscribe. Peace.